Greta Gerwig's Barbie has captivated audiences with its whimsical and vibrant world. But what's truly fascinating is how many of the film's enchanting travel scenes were brought to life without the use of CGI. In a behind-the-scenes video shared on the film's Twitter account, Gerwig, along with her cast and crew, revealed the ingenuity and creativity that went into these scenes, showcasing a masterclass in practical effects. One of the most iconic sequences in Barbie is when Barbie and Ken drive across a desert in their slightly undersized pink convertible. This scene, which exudes a charmingly retro vibe, wasn't achieved through green screens or computer-generated imagery. Instead, the car stayed stationary while the background and foreground moved, a technique reminiscent of vintage films and stage plays. Production designer Sarah Greenwood noted, "We looked at theatrical methods of making things work," highlighting the old-school movie magic employed to create the illusion of motion. Gerwig's dedication to practical effects extends to other transportation scenes as well. For instance, when Barbie and her friends travel through space, the scene looks like something out of a diorama in a natural history museum. Gerwig wanted each segment to feel like a contained exhibit. To achieve this, the crew used conveyor belts to move scenery. Planets were suspended with invisible wires, and clouds drifted by on their own conveyor tracks. "I settled on wanting it to look like a diorama," Gerwig explained, aiming for a deliberately staged, almost handcrafted aesthetic. The whimsical scene where Barbie, Ken, and a group of Mattel executives cycle through a field of flowers also eschews CGI for practical effects. At first glance, it appears the characters are biking through a lush tulip field. However, behind-the-scenes footage reveals that the tulips were actually moved on conveyor belts to simulate motion. Will Ferrell, who plays the CEO of Mattel, marvelled at the simplicity and charm of the effect, stating, "None of it's CGI, it's just presentational, as if you were watching a play." One of the film's most delightful scenes involves Barbie and Ken driving a speedboat across the ocean. Here, the ocean shimmer was recreated using practical effects. Crew members pulled ropes to move the boat, while cellophane strips were placed on the water to mimic the glistening waves. Margot Robbie, who stars as Barbie, explained, "It's all very flat and 2D, so you might have a boat that's moving while the water's moving, and that's literally like our crew members pulling a rope." Gerwig's approach to these scenes not only adds a unique visual charm, but also aligns perfectly with the playful and surreal tone of the film. Her commitment to practical effects over CGI creates a tactile and nostalgic feel that resonates with audiences. "I wanted to paint in big, beautiful, broad strokes," Gerwig said, emphasizing her desire to construct a crazy world that felt both real and fantastical. The film's use of practical effects is a refreshing reminder of the artistry and craftsmanship that go into filmmaking. By relying on physical techniques rather than digital ones, Gerwig and her team have crafted a visual experience that feels both innovative and delightfully old-fashioned. Barbie is currently playing in theatres, inviting audiences to dive into its wonderfully crafted world, where the magic of practical effects reigns supreme. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content from us.